Hello there, and welcome to the Sleepy Space-Time channel. Tonight, we'll be exploring the great, silent stillness of the mountain. In our fast-moving world, where everything changes in a moment, the mountain stands as a quiet witness. It is a cathedral built of stone and patience, a place where the earth reaches up to touch the sky. We see it as a symbol of permanence, a fixed point in our changing lives. But the mountain has a life, a slow, secret story written over millions and millions of years. It is a story of slow, tectonic dreams of ice and wind, and of the gradual, patient pulse of the planet itself. To understand the mountain is to understand a different kind of time. So tonight, we will wander through this story. We'll drift from the deep, fiery pressures that first pushed the land upward to the silent, snowy peaks where the air is thin and the stars feel so very close. We will listen to its story, feel its immense, quiet presence, and let its stillness become our own. If you enjoy these quiet journeys, these moments of soft science, I invite you to like or subscribe. It helps us reach one sleepy soul at a time, sharing this peace. But for now, that can all wait. There is nothing to do and nowhere to be, but right here. Find your comfortable place. Let your shoulders soften. Let your eyes grow heavy. And let your mind just drift. Let's begin. Our story begins in the quiet and in the dark. Long before the mountain, there was only the deep. The story of the mountain does not begin in the air. It begins miles beneath our feet in the warm, soft, slow-moving mantle of the earth. This is where the first fact, our first quiet truth, waits. The continents, the great vast islands of stone we live on, are not fixed. They are adrift. They are floating on a slow, molten sea. They move, oh, so slowly, perhaps only an inch, a single inch every year, the same gentle pace that your fingernails grow. You cannot feel this movement. There is no sound, no sudden jolt. It is a process of immense, silent patience. For millions and millions of years, two of these great, drifting continents moved toward one another. They were dreaming of a meeting. And when they finally met, they did not crash. They pressed. Like two old friends leaning into one another, sharing a deep secret. The land between them, which was once a flat, sleepy plain or a shallow sea, had nowhere to go but up. The crust of the earth began to wrinkle. It folded like a soft blanket being gently pushed. Inch by inch, over 1,000,000 lifetimes, the land began to rise. This is the birth of the mountain. It is not an event. It is a process, a monument made of patience. Sometimes the earth does not fold. It cracks. The pressure creates a single, deep line, a fault, and one great block of stone is pushed up into the sky, leaving its neighbor behind in a shadow. This creates a great, sheer cliff, a sudden, stony face that will one day catch the morning sun. And sometimes the mountain is born of fire. Deep, deep below, a chamber of liquid light, of magma, breathes. It pushes upward, finding a small crack, a weakness, and it sends a slow river of lava to the surface. The lava cools and it hardens into dark, new stone, layer upon layer. a cone of glass and ash builds itself from the inside out, a slow, warm exhale of the planet. Whether it is born from a fold, a fault, or from fire, the mountain is simply the earth reaching for the sky. It is the planet's way of remembering that even stone can dream, a dream of heat and of pressure. The mountain is not just built by being pushed, it is remade. Deep inside this fold, this slow-motion collision, the weight is unimaginable. It is the weight of an entire continent pressing down. The heat is the deep, womb-like warmth of the planet's core. And this heat and this pressure, they do not break the stone. They change it. This is a quiet, slow alchemy. A simple, soft mudstone buried for 1,000,000 years is slowly squeezed. Its tiny, clay-like particles are asked to grow closer. They align in perfect, shining rows until the mudstone is no longer mudstone. It has become slate, smooth and strong and new. A piece of granite, bright and speckled, is put under this same patient weight. Its crystals, its little shining fragments, begin to melt just a little. They soften and they flow like a river of thick honey, and they rearrange. They form beautiful, swirling bands of light and dark. The granite is reborn as gneiss. This is the secret of the mountain's heart. It is a place of transformation, a place where the old is made new again, not by breaking, but by becoming. And as the mountain rises into the air, it also sinks into the earth. This is a beautiful, balanced secret. A mountain has roots, just like a great ancient tree, but its roots are not made of wood. They are made of stone. They reach down deep into the soft, warm mantle, balancing the great, shining peak that rises above. Like an iceberg floating in a dark, quiet sea, the part you see, the snowy, sunlit peak, is only a small part of the story. The largest part, the deepest part, is hidden. It is the anchor, the foundation, the quiet, heavy heart that holds the mountain steady. And this is why the mountain endures. It has a deep, deep connection to the heart of the world. This connection, this deep root, is a story written in a language we can barely imagine. It is the language of deep time. The mountain does not count its life in days or in years, not even in centuries. It measures its breath in epochs, in millions and millions of years. This is a stillness so profound it becomes a movement so slow we cannot see it. We think the mountain is still because our own lives are like the flutter of a moth's wing next to its long, slow, patient dream. A human lifetime is a single, quick breath. The mountain's lifetime is the slow, deep quiet of geology. It is the clock of the planet, and to sit by it, to feel its presence, is to learn the sound of patience. And in that vast, slow, quiet time, other things are happening deep inside. As the mountain is being pushed up, great, vast chambers of liquid stone, of magma, rise from the mantle. But they do not always burst forth. They do not always become volcanoes. Some simply rise, and then they stop. They find a home deep within the crust, miles beneath the future peak. And there they begin to cool. not quickly like lava in the air. They cool over 1,000,000 years, so slowly that great, beautiful crystals have time to grow. Crystals of quartz and mica and feldspar, shining and strong. This is the birth of granite, the true, solid, crystalline heart of the mountain. A great, cooled bath of stone. The mountain's bones forming in the darkness, long before they will ever see the sun. This hidden heart, this core of granite, is the mountain's inner strength. It is the anchor, the solid, quiet promise that holds everything else together. It is the deep secret that the mountain keeps. And this deep, hidden heart, this slow, cooling core, is not a silent place. It is a place of pressure and hot, moving water. This is not the water of rain. This is not the water of a river. It is ancient water, trapped for millions of years in the stone itself. This water is heated by the deep magma. It becomes something else, a hot, powerful, searching liquid. It is a force that dissolves and carries. This superheated water is pushed with immense, slow pressure. It finds the smallest, tiniest crack, a hairline fracture in the new, cooling granite, or the old, folded slate, and it begins to flow. It creates a network of veins, like a circulatory system inside the stone. The slow, warm lifeblood of the mountain. And as this water flows, it carries a precious cargo. It has dissolved tiny, tiny particles of silica, of silver, of gold. It holds them in its warm, moving embrace. Then, as it flows upward, away from the deep, deep heat, it begins to cool. And as it cools, it can no longer hold its shining secrets. Slowly, molecule by molecule, it releases what it carries. The silica begins to grow into a perfect six-sided crystal, a pure, clear quartz, a piece of frozen light born in the dark. The gold settles into a thin, gleaming ribbon, a river of sun buried deep inside the rock. The mountain is filling its own heart with jewels. It is storing this hidden light, this quiet treasure, in its veins, a secret it will keep for an age. This is the final act of the mountain's birth. Its shape, its heart, and its secrets are all in place. It is ready to meet the sky. For an age, the mountain has been building in the quiet dark, and now it has risen. It is pushed past the surface and it meets the blue, open air. It is new. Its peaks are sharp, its heart is hidden, and it is finally still. But the moment the mountain is born, a new story begins. It is the story of the sculptors, the patient, slow artists of the air. This is the great, gentle paradox. The moment the mountain arrives, it begins its slow, graceful return to the earth. This process is not violent. It is not an end. It is a slow undoing, a gradual shaping. It is called erosion, and it begins with a single drop of water. The first cloud that gathers at the new high peak releases its rain. This water, this soft, clear rain, is the first sculptor. It is a gentle solvent. As it falls, it touches the air. It gathers a tiny, tiny bit of carbon dioxide, and it becomes a weak, gentle acid. So gentle you would never feel it. So slow you would never see it. But this gentle rain lands on the new stone, and it touches the feldspar, the bright, strong crystal in the granite. And with a slow, dissolving kiss, it turns that hard, strong crystal into soft, simple clay. The stone begins to soften. It begins to release its grip. The rain is patiently asking the mountain to let go. And the mountain, in its own slow time, agrees. Then comes the wind, the second sculptor. It is a whisper that moves around the great stone face. At first it does nothing. It is just air. But the wind is a traveler. It picks up the tiny, loose grains of dust and sand from the valleys far below. It carries this fine, gritty dust, and it blows across the mountain. Gently, steadily, for 1,000 years. Each tiny particle brushes against the stone. It is a soft, slow sandpaper, the lightest possible touch. But with time, with all of time, that gentle, gritty breath polishes and shapes and carves the rock. The wind is teaching the mountain that the smallest things, when they are steady, can change everything. But the water and the wind are not alone. There is a third sculptor, a silent one, a shaper that works in the stillness of the night. It is the cold, the rain. The gentle, searching rain finds a home. It settles into a tiny, tiny crack in the new stone. It is just a drop of water, hiding from the sun. Then the night comes, and the cold descends from the high, dark sky. The mountain breathes in the frozen air, and that tiny drop of water hiding in the stone grows still. It freezes. Now, water is a unique and wondrous thing. When it becomes ice, it does not shrink. It expands. It needs just a little more room. So from within that tiny crack, the new hard ice pushes. It is a quiet, solid pressure. A gentle, invisible wedge. The mountain does not even notice. Then the sun returns. The ice softens. It melts and becomes water again. And it sinks just a little deeper into the space it just made. Night follows day. The cold follows the warmth. The water freezes again, and it pushes again, a little stronger this time. This is the slow, patient breath of the frost. Season after season, 1,000 years of small, frozen breaths. That tiny crack is gently wedged open, until one day a great block of stone weighing many tons is finally nudged free. It tips and it falls, settling far below. The mountain has been sculpted. It is a lesson written in rock that the softest thing, water, can become strong enough to move a mountain if it is only given the stillness to change. That great fallen block of stone does not fall far. It joins a slow, quiet gathering of other stones, a sloping pile of rock that rests at the mountain's feet. This is the work of the fourth sculptor, a force so common we forget it is there. It is gravity. Gravity is the mountain's constant companion. It is a steady, gentle pull, a quiet, downward sigh. It asks for everything to come home, to return to the earth. This slope of fallen rock, this talus, is the mountain slowly answering that call. It is a river of stone, moving so slowly we will never see it flow. But it moves, inch by inch, down and down. But gravity does not only pull on stone, it pulls on the water. Every drop of rain that runs off the peak, every bit of frost that melts in the morning sun, gravity gathers them together. It starts as just a trickle, a small wet path down the rock. It finds the easiest way, the path of least resistance, a tiny groove, a small depression, and it follows. This trickle is joined by another and another. A small stream is born, a bright, clear ribbon of moving water. And this water is in a hurry. It wants to reach the sea. This new, young stream is the fifth sculptor, and it is the most restless. It does not just dissolve the stone, it carries the stone. It picks up the tiny grains of sand, the small, sharp pebbles, the soft, new clay, and it takes them on its journey. These tiny pebbles are the water's tools. They are its cutting edge. As they tumble and roll in the current, they scrape and scour and carve the stream bed. A million tiny chisels, driven by the water's gentle, endless energy. At first, it is just a small channel, a groove in the earth. But the stream is patient. It flows in the same path for 10,000 years. The groove becomes a gully. The gully becomes a ravine. And over an age, that tiny, newborn stream has carved a great V-shaped valley. It has cut straight through the heart of the stone. The mountain has given the water a path, and the water has given the mountain a new shape. It is a perfect, slow conversation between the hard and the soft. But there is another time, a time when the air grows cold, a time when the rain that falls does not flow. This is the age of the great ice. The mountain, which once felt only the sun and the stream, now wears a new, heavy cloak. The sculptor that arrives now is the most patient and the most powerful of all. It is the glacier. It begins with a single snowflake, a tiny, perfect crystal that lands on the high peak. And it does not melt. The summer is too short. The air is too cold. Another snowflake lands upon it. And another. A winter of snow. Then another winter. 100 winters. 1,000 winters of snow that never leaves. The great, soft blanket of snow grows heavy. The weight of the new presses down on the old. The delicate, airy crystals are crushed. They are squeezed together. The air is pushed out. The light, fluffy snow is pressed into hard, dense grains. And these grains are pressed again, until layer upon layer it becomes a single, solid mass. A blue, translucent stone made of frozen water. It is glacial ice. The mountain has created a river of solid ice. This river of ice is heavy, so heavy that it begins to move. It does not flow like water. It creeps. It is pushed by its own immense weight. Inch by inch it slides over the rock. A slow, unstoppable surrender to gravity. And this is not a gentle sculptor. As the glacier creeps, it freezes to the mountain side. It holds the bedrock in its cold grip. And as it moves, it plucks. It rips great, giant blocks of stone right from the mountain's face. It carries these stolen stones. It holds them in its frozen belly. And it uses them as its tools. The glacier, with its 1,000 frozen-in teeth, grinds against the mountain. It is not the soft sandpaper of the wind. It is a slow, deep scouring, a polishing so profound it leaves long, smooth grooves like claw marks in the hardest granite. The glacier is not just shaping the mountain, it is scarring it with its cold, slow power. This great, slow river of ice finds the old, V-shaped valleys carved by the streams. But the glacier is too wide, too heavy to fit in that narrow channel. It fills the valley from one wall to the other, and as it moves, it scours. It grinds the bottom, and it grinds the sides. It straightens the gentle curves. It deepens the floor. It carves a great, wide-open U-shape, a grand, solemn trough, a pathway for giants. The glacier is the sculptor that does not whisper. It sings in a deep, slow baritone that changes the shape of the world. But where does this river of ice begin? It begins in a place of stillness, a high, hollow bowl near the mountain's summit, a natural armchair carved right into the stone. This is the cirque, the birthplace of the glacier. Here the snow gathers, and here the ice is thickest. It does not just slide downhill. It turns. The immense pressure of the ice causes it to flow in a slow rotational motion, like water swirling in a cup. This slow, heavy grinding digs the bowl deeper. It scours the floor, and it plucks at the back wall. It carves its own cradle, a deep, steep amphitheater of rock, a perfect hollow where the ice can be born. It is the mountain building a nursery for the very thing that will reshape it. And sometimes, two of these great ice-filled bowls are born on opposite sides of a single ridge. Two glaciers resting back to back. Each one slowly plucks at its own back wall. Each one grinds its cradle deeper. They are eating into the mountain from both sides. The ridge between them grows thin, sharper and sharper, until it is a narrow, jagged blade of rock, a dragon's spine running to the sky. This is an arete, the line where two great sculptors have met. And sometimes it is not two, it is three or four. Three great hollow bowls, eating into a single peak from all sides. They carve and they pluck and they grind deeper and deeper, until the mountain that is left is no longer a gentle dome. It is a single, sharp pyramid of stone, a pointed, lonely horn that pierces the sky. The mountain has become a needle threaded with clouds, a final, sharp testament to the power of the slow, cold ice. But the age of ice does not last forever. After 1,000 or 10,000 years, the air grows warm again. A slow, planetary summer returns, and the glacier, that great, solid river, begins to weep. The blue, hard ice softens in the sun. The sound of melting is the only sound. A million tiny trickles. The mountain is breathing out. The glacier begins its long retreat. It is not moving backward. It is simply melting faster than it is growing. A slow drawing back. A quiet, disappearing act. And as it retreats, it leaves behind everything it was carrying. All the stones plucked from the peaks, all the boulders torn from the walls, all the fine ground dust of a mountain's bones. It drops this heavy load. At its farthest point, it leaves a long, low, winding wall of earth and stone. This is the moraine. It is a memory left by the ice. A long, quiet border that tells the story of where the great, cold river used to be. But it leaves something even more beautiful. High up in the mountain's hollows, the ice melts away. The cirque, the birthplace, is now empty. The great, deep cradle of stone that the glacier carved is left open to the sky. And the water, the melted weeping of the ice, fills it. it becomes a lake, a high alpine lake, a perfect circle of silver or deep, cold blue. Its water is pure and still. This is a tarn. It is the mountain's quiet eye reflecting the clouds. And down in the great U-shaped valley, the water continues to flow. The glacier, in its scouring, did not carve a flat floor. It carved a series of basins, like a giant's staircase. The water from the tarn spills over. It flows down and it fills the first basin until it is full, and it spills over again and fills the next and the next. A chain of beautiful gleaming lakes, one after another down the valley, like beads on a string. They are a rosary left by the ice, a quiet meditation on water and stone. This is the final gift of the great sculptor. The mountain is now at peace, shaped and still. The mountain is now still, shaped by ice, washed by water. Its great hard story is written. But the mountain does not just sit. It participates. It is an actor in the sky. It is a great stone lung. It does not just feel the weather. It creates it. This is the mountain that breathes. Far, far away, over the warm blue ocean, a great soft river of air is born. The sun has warmed it. It is humid and light, and it is full of invisible water. A great traveling ocean of moisture held in the sky. This river of air begins its journey. It moves across the flat, sleepy lowlands, and then it sees the mountain. It is a great stone wall, a sudden rising of the world. The air cannot stop. It cannot go through. It has only one path, up. So the air begins to climb. It flows up the long, gentle slope of the mountain side. And as it rises, it changes. High up, the air is different. It is thin. There is less weight from above, less pressure. And this rising river of air is allowed to expand. It stretches out. It sighs, a great, slow sigh of relief. And this is the gentle law of the atmosphere. When air expands, it cools. This is the cold that is born not from winter, but from height. And this cool, rising air can no longer hold its secret. All that invisible water it carried from the faraway ocean, the cold asks it to let go. The water vapor which was invisible now needs a home. It finds a tiny microscopic speck, a grain of dust, a particle of pollen or sea salt floating in the high, thin air. And it clings. The invisible becomes visible. A single, perfect tiny droplet of water. It is joined by 1 billion more, and a cloud is born. The mountain has pulled a soft, white blanket from the clear blue sky. It wraps this around its own shoulders. This is the orographic lift, the mountain's gentle upward breath. And this cloud, this soft white blanket, does not just stay. It continues to rise. It grows colder. The tiny, perfect droplets find one another. They join in the cold, thin air. They grow heavy, too heavy for the air to hold. And so the mountain, which asked the air to rise, now asks the cloud to let go. This is the great, gentle release. It is the rain. The water that traveled all the way from the ocean is now given back. It falls as a soft, steady rain on the mountain slope. This side, the side that faces the wind, is the windward side. It is the side that drinks. It becomes a great green garden, lush with ferns and moss and deep, quiet forests. It is the mountain's velvet cloak. But what of the air? The air has now given its water. It is light. It is dry. It reaches the summit, and it flows over the top. It spills down the other side, the leeward side. And as this air sinks, it does the opposite of what it did before. It compresses. The weight of the sky presses down on it. And as it compresses, it warms. It becomes a warm, dry wind, a thirsty wind. This warm, dry wind does not give water. It takes it. It sips the moisture from the ground. It asks the clouds to disappear. This is the rain shadow. It is a shadow, not of light, but of rain. On one side, the mountain is a garden. On the other, it is a quiet, dry desert. Two faces of the same great stone. A perfect lesson in balance. And the mountain does not just separate the wet from the dry. It separates the warm from the cold. The water that falls is not the same everywhere. At the foot of the mountain, it is a soft, tapping rain. But as the cloud is pushed higher, where the air is frozen, the water does not become rain. The tiny, super cold droplets do not join. They freeze instantly. They find a tiny, frozen speck, and they build a perfect, six-sided crystal. They become a snowflake. A quiet hush falls. The mountain's peak does not hear the rain. It receives a silent, soft blessing. A blanket of white. The line where the rain stops and the snow begins is the snow line. It is a visible border between the green and the white, between the water and the ice. But the mountain's breath is not just one great upward sigh. It is a daily rhythm, a slow in-breath and out-breath, a pulse that follows the sun. The morning arrives. The sun rises and it touches the mountain's stony face. The rock begins to warm. It is a slow, gentle warming, like a hand held near a quiet fire. This warm stone now offers its warmth to the air that touches it. The air on the slope becomes warmer than the air that is floating freely in the valley far below. And warm air wants to rise. It is light. It is buoyant. So, a slow, gentle wind begins to flow up the mountain. It is a soft, upward current, a river of warm air climbing toward the peak. This is the anabatic wind. It is the mountain gently exhaling in the light of the day. All day it breathes out, helping the butterflies, helping the seeds to climb to the high places. Then the sun begins to set. The light fades. The sky deepens to indigo. And the mountain, which was warm, now gives its heat back to the empty sky. The stone grows cold, colder than the air around it. This cold, heavy rock now touches the air that rests upon it, and it chills it. It makes the air cold and heavy, dense. And heavy air wants to sink. It is pulled by gravity. So a new, slow wind is born. It flows down the mountain, a cold, clear river of air spilling gently into the sleeping valley. This is the katabatic wind. It is the mountain quietly inhaling in the dark. This is the mountain's true breath. Up in the day, down in the night. A slow, steady pulse that marks the passing of time. It is the slow, sleeping heartbeat of the stone. And sometimes, the mountain does not just breathe. It speaks. It speaks in the language of clouds. There are clouds that are born only of the mountain. They belong to it. They are its personal atmosphere. Sometimes the wind is fast. It flows up the windward side, and it is just cold enough at the very, very peak to form a cloud. But the air is moving so quickly, as soon as it spills over the leeward side, it sinks and warms, and the cloud vanishes. So the cloud is only at the peak. It is a flag of white, a banner streaming from the stone. It is a banner cloud. It looks still, like a soft tablecloth draped over the summit. But it is a place of constant creation. The wind is rushing through it. It is a river of mist that is born and dies in the same instant. It is the mountain's white, streaming breath, a signal to the valley, but the high winds are awake. And then there is the most magical of all, a cloud that is not on the mountain, but of the mountain. It floats high above, a silent watcher. The wind, as it passes over the great peak, does not just continue. The mountain is an obstacle, and the air, like water, bounces. It creates a great invisible wave in the sky, down and then up, a standing ripple in the river of the atmosphere. And there, high up at the crest of that invisible wave. The rising air cools, and a cloud is born. It is not a fluffy cotton cloud. It is smooth. It is curved. It is shaped like a lens, or a polished stone, or a great, silent, silver ship. This is the lenticular cloud. It hangs perfectly still above the peak. The winds may be howling at 80 miles an hour, but the cloud does not move. It is a place where the wind becomes visible, a frozen ripple in a fast-moving stream. It is the mountain's highest thought, a quiet, smooth presence that holds the shape of the wind. The mountain's breath slows as the day ends. The upward wind is still. The downward wind has not yet been born. The sun has set. Down in the valley, the world is in shadow. The colors have faded to a soft, dusky blue. The day is over, but not for the mountain. The high, lonely peak, the sharp, pyramidal horn still reaches up. It reaches so high that it can still see the sun that has already left our world. And the light from that setting sun must travel a long, long way to touch that peak. It travels through the thickest, deepest part of the air, through all the dust and haze of the evening, and that thick air scatters the blue light. It steals the green light. It takes everything except the red, the deep, warm rose and crimson. And this red, soft light travels all that way, and it finds the high, white snow of the summit, and it lands. The peak begins to glow. It is a soft, rosy fire, a quiet blushing of the stone. This is the alpenglow. It is the mountain holding the very last drop of the sun, a final, warm thought before the night. And in that night, the mountain holds another promise, the promise of water. The snow that falls all winter, that soft, silent blessing, is not lost. It is kept. It is a white, quiet treasure, saved by the cold. All winter the mountain gathers this frozen water. It holds it in a deep, cold stillness. It is a great, natural reservoir, a tower of frozen water. While the valley is sleeping and dry, the mountain is waiting. Then the spring arrives. The sun returns with its gentle warmth, and the snow does not melt all at once. That would be a flood, a disaster. The mountain is wiser than that. It melts slowly, drop by drop, a gentle, steady trickling, a slow release of everything it saved. This is the mountain's greatest gift, This snowmelt, this cold, clear water, is the true lifeblood of the lowlands. It becomes the small stream. It joins the alpine lake. It flows down the great U-shaped valley. It becomes the river that waters the plain. It is the water that allows the forest to wake, the flower to bloom, the city to drink. The mountain is the patient, generous guardian of the spring. It is the quiet, high source of all the life below. The mountain is a giver of life. It is a great stone fountain of water, and where there is water, there is green. This is the next part of our journey, a quiet ascent. We will climb the mountain not with our feet, but with our attention. We will wander through its living layers. The mountain is not one place. It is a stack of worlds, a tower of gardens. To climb a very high mountain is like walking from the warm equator to the cold, frozen poles in just a few miles. Each layer a new home. At the very bottom, in the wide, gentle foothills, the mountain is soft. The soil is deep and rich, fed by the streams. The air is mild, and here the great, broadleaf trees find their home. The oak, the maple, the beech. They are a great, rustling canopy. In the summer, they are a sea of green. In the autumn, a slow, warm fire of red and gold. They are the mountain's gentle welcome. We begin to climb. The air grows a little thinner, a little cooler. The soil is not so deep. The winter here is a little longer, the snow a little deeper, and the great soft maples begin to disappear. They have reached their limit. They give way to a new kind of tree. This is the tree of the middle mountain, the conifer, the pine, the fir, the spruce. They are a different shape. They are not wide and open. They are sharp, pointed like a spire, like a smaller green mountain. This is not by chance. This shape helps them shed the heavy snow. It slides gently off their sloping shoulders, so the winter does not break them. And their leaves are different. They are not broad and soft. They are needles, small, sharp, and waxy. Each needle is a tiny, perfect adaptation. Its waxy coating holds in the water in the thin, dry mountain air. And they are dark green, so they can drink every last drop of the weak sunlight. And, most wondrous of all, they do not let go of their leaves in the fall. They are evergreen. They hold their green needles all through the cold, white winter. So the very first day of spring, the very first moment of weak sun, they can begin to breathe. They can begin to make life. They are the symbol of the mountain's endless patience and hope. We continue to climb. The great green spire of the forest begins to change. The air is colder. The soil is thin. Just a dusting of earth over the mountain's bones. The growing season here is not months. It is weeks. A few short, precious weeks of sun and warmth. And the trees, they know this. They cannot afford to be tall. They cannot waste energy reaching for a sky that is so cold. So the trees begin to shrink. The tall, proud spruce, the towering fir, are smaller here. They are more sparse. The forest is no longer a dense cathedral. It is a woodland. There is space between each one. They are the brave outpost, the final guard. They are growing smaller and smaller, huddled against the rock. We climb again, and the wind is different here. It is not a whisper. It is a constant, icy push, a steady force that never stops. And there are no upright trees. They cannot stand. To stand is to break. So they learn to crawl. This is the Krummholz, the crooked wood. Here the trees, the pine, the fir, grow sideways. They are a dense, tangled mat of green clinging to the ground. Their branches are gnarled, twisted, like the fingers of an old, old hand. They grow only on the leeward side of a boulder, hiding from the wind. All their branches point in one direction. They are a living compass that shows the way of the wind. They are not trees anymore. They are a tough, green blanket holding the mountain tight. They are a perfect lesson that strength is not about standing tall. It is about knowing how to bend. We take a few more steps. The air is thin, and we cross a line. It is an invisible line, but it is absolute. The crooked wood stops. There is not one more branch. This is the tree line. It is the highest border. The place where the patient green heart of the forest finally surrenders to the cold and the wind. Above this line, a new world begins. The world of the sky. We have passed the tree line. We are in the open sky. The world of the wind. There is no shelter here. The soil is gone. There is only gravel and stone. The sun here is brilliant. It is a pure, unfiltered light. The sky is a deep, dark violet blue, and the growing season is a whisper, a handful of weeks. The rest of the year is winter, a deep, frozen stillness. This is the alpine tundra. It is the mountain's high garden. It seems empty, but it is full of a different kind of life, a miniature forest. Here the plants do not grow up, they grow out. They grow together. They form mats and cushions, a tight woven blanket pressed against the stone. This is the cushion plant. It is a perfect sphere of tiny, tiny leaves packed so densely you cannot see the stems. This is its secret. This shape is its home. The wind, that cold, icy wind, cannot get inside. It flows over the smooth dome, and the tiny packed leaves, they trap the sun. They trap the heat, and they trap their own breath, the moisture. Deep inside that cushion, it is warm. It is humid. It is a tiny, perfect greenhouse. A small, warm world created by itself. Nothing in this world is more resilient than the softness that holds together. And the leaves of these high plants, they are not like other leaves. They are often covered in soft white hairs, a tiny silver fleece. This is not for softness. This is armor. These tiny hairs, they block the harsh ultraviolet light. They trap the moisture on the leaf's surface, and they break the wind. A soft, white coat of wisdom. And the flowers, oh, the flowers. They have waited all year. They have slept under 10 feet of snow. And in those few short weeks of summer, they explode. They must. There is no time to wait. They burst forth in a riot of color. Deep, brilliant blues and bright, shocking yellows. They are not pale. They are intense. They are a shout of life. A desperate, beautiful call to the few bees and butterflies that brave this height. A celebration that must be fast and bright and perfect. And this bright, sudden life is a trick of time. This flower did not just grow, it was waiting. In the alpine world, there is no time to start from nothing, so the plant prepares. In the last fading light of autumn, after its bright flower has gone, it does its most important work. It builds a bud, a tiny, perfect promise for next year. Inside this tiny, furled bud is everything: the miniature leaves, the stem, and the flower itself. A perfect, coiled spring of life. It sleeps all winter under the snow. It is not a hope for life. It is life, just waiting to unfurl. And that snow, that deep, deep snow that buries this world for 8 months of the year, we think of it as cold, as death. But to the cushion plant, it is a blanket. It is a refuge. Above the snow, the wind can scream. The air can drop to 100 degrees below zero. But down deep, beneath that soft, white covering in the dark, quiet world of the tundra, the temperature is stable. It is just at freezing. It is a safe, still room. The mountain uses the winter to protect the spring. And the life we see, the bright flower, the silver leaf, is just a breath. The real plant is hidden. The real plant is below, in the cold, rocky ground. These tiny, soft cushions have roots that are giants. A plant that is 3 inches tall may have a root that is 15 feet long. A great, thick taproot that drills down into the mountain's bones. An anchor of patience. It holds the plant steady in the wind, and it searches deep for that one drop of water. The plant we see is the quick, bright moment. The plant that is the slow, deep anchor. We climb higher. The cushions grow scarce. The gravel turns to stone. There is no soil, not a crumb. And yet there is life. Look closer. The rock is painted. A slow, growing crust of color. Silver green, bright, rusty orange, deep velvet black. This is lichen, the final pioneer. Lichen is not one thing, it is two. It is a perfect friendship, a fungus that has learned to build a house, a strong, safe wall against the wind and the cold. And inside lives an algae, a tiny green cell that can drink the sun. The fungus gives shelter. The algae gives food. They have learned to live as one. They are the only thing that can eat the stone. With a slow, weak acid, they dissolve the rock, grain by grain, and they create the first tiny grain of soil. They are the slow, patient artists who are painting the world green. The lichen is the last soft color, the last green thought. We keep climbing. The patches of orange fade. The silver green is gone. There are only a few dark specks, a dusting of black on the stone, the hardiest of all life. And then we take one more step, and they are gone. We have reached a place above life, above the tree line, above the tundra, above the lichen. The stone is bare. It is scoured by wind and ice. It is polished by time. It is just rock, the pure, raw essence of the mountain. There is no soil. There is no green. There is only the stone and the sky and the great, deep silence. We have finished our ascent. We have arrived. We have arrived. This is the summit, the high stillness. It is not a place of action. It is a place of being. The first thing you notice is the air, or the lack of it. Down in the valley, we live at the bottom of an ocean of air. The weight of all those miles of atmosphere presses down. It is a heavy, warm blanket. It holds us. It gives us breath. Here on the summit, we are near the surface of that ocean. Most of the air is below us. The weight is gone. The pressure is low. The air is thin. Each breath you take is a lighter meal. It holds less. Fewer molecules of oxygen. Fewer thoughts. Everything must be slower. Your movements are deliberate. Your heart beats a slow, deep rhythm. The mountain asks you to be as still as it is. And the second thing you notice is the light. It is not the soft, yellow light of the valley. The heavy, thick air that scatters and softens is gone. Here the sun is a sharp, white diamond. The sky is no longer blue. It is a deep, dark indigo. A violet so dark it is almost black. You are so high, you can see the edge of space. And in this thin air, the light is strong. It is pure. The invisible ultraviolet light is intense. It touches everything with a fierce, cold energy. The sun here is not just warmth. It is power. And the third thing, the great silence. All the sounds of life are gone. There is no rustle of a leaf, no call of a forest bird, no hum of an insect. The green world is a dream far below. There is only one sound, the sound of the wind, the great high wind that travels the world. It does not rustle, it hums. A deep, low note. The sound of the planet turning. The sound of emptiness. And in this great, still emptiness, this place above life, there is still movement. But it is not the life that lives here. It is the life that passes through. Look up. In that deep violet sky, a dark speck, a distant shape with wide wings. It is an eagle or a great condor. It does not flap. It does not struggle with the thin air. It rides. It has found the invisible river, the updraft, the rising current of air that the mountain creates. The mountain is not a wall to the eagle. It is a lift, a stairway to the heavens. It circles higher and higher on a breath of stone, a silent passenger on an invisible wind. And sometimes a whole flock, a V of migrating geese, so high they are just a sketch. They fly above the peak, using the great winds that circle the globe, the jet stream. The mountain is not their home. It is a signpost, a milestone on a journey we can barely imagine. The summit is a highway for the wise traveler. And the wind browse other things, accidents, offerings. In the pure white snow that lies in a shadow, you can see them. Tiny, dark specks. Insects. Tiny spiders. Moths. Gnats. They were lifted from the warm green valley far below. Lifted by a warm updraft, carried on the mountain's breath, up, up, up into the freezing cold, thin air. And here they land, frozen in an instant. A dusting of accidental life, a feast for nothing. A reminder that the mountain is connected to everything below. But is it a feast for nothing? Look closer. In the spaces between the stones, in the sunlit gravel near the snow, a movement, a tiny, dark shadow, so small it is barely there. A hunter, a small, black jumping spider. The Himalayan jumping spider. It lives here. This is its home. It breathes this thin air. It hunts in this fierce sun. It walks the barren stone. And it waits. It waits for the wind. It waits for the tiny, frozen insects to fall from the sky. This is its food. This is its life. A life built on what the sky provides. Life finds a way, even here, at the edge of the world. It is small, it is quiet, it is almost invisible, but it is here, a tiny, beating heart in the great, cold stillness. And from this place, this high, still point, you can see forever. The world you know is gone. It has been transformed. It is not a world of details. It is a world of shape and form. The green forests far below are not trees. They are a dark, velvet shadow, a soft green stain in the valleys. The rivers are not water. They are a silver thread, a gleaming line that catches the sun. The farms and towns are just a grid, a tiny human thought lost in the vastness. You are above the clouds. You look down on the soft white blanket that is moving in the valley. You can see the weather being born. You can see the shadow of a cloud move slowly across a ridge 50 miles away. You are at the roof of the world, and you see that the world is not flat. You can see the curve, the gentle, vast bending of the horizon. You can feel the roundness of the earth. You are sitting on a planet that is drifting in space. And there is no sound. There is no movement that matters. All the hurry, all the noise, all the struggle of the world below is so far away.
It cannot reach you here. It is an ocean of quiet. It is not a lonely silence. It is a full silence. A peace that is so deep, it is not the absence of sound. It is the presence of everything. This is the gift of the summit. It is the gift of perspective. The mountain has lifted you up out of your life, and it has shown you the world as it is. Vast, quiet, and beautiful. A place of pure contemplation. A place to just be. The day begins to end. The sharp white diamond of the sun begins to move toward the great curved edge of the world. There is no alpenglow here. That was for the world below. Here on the summit, you see the sun itself. It touches the horizon, and it does not fade gently. The air is so thin there is no haze to scatter the light. No soft, lingering twilight. It is a quick, clean event. The light is white, and then it is gold, and then it is a deep, burning crimson, and then it is gone. It drops below the world, and the darkness does not creep in. It floods in. The deep, violet sky of day becomes the perfect velvet black of space. Instantly. And in that blackness they appear. Not one by one, but all at once. The stars. Down in the valley, the stars are soft white specks. They twinkle. They shimmer because we are looking at them through that heavy, moving ocean of air. The air is like water in a moving stream. It blurs the light. Here on the summit, the ocean is gone. There is almost no air between you and space. And the stars do not twinkle. They are hard. They are sharp. They are holes punched in the night. Points of pure, steady, brilliant light. Blue, white, red. You can see their colors. And the Milky Way, the dusty river of our galaxy, is not a faint, milky cloud. It is a torrent, a glowing, brilliant band of light. So bright, it casts a soft, faint shadow on the snow. Here, in the high, cold stillness, the mountain has become an observatory, a place that has lifted you off the earth. You are no longer on a planet. You are in the cosmos. The stone beneath you is not a mountain. It is a ship. A silent ship of rock book sailing through the stars. The journey is complete. The mountain has become a mirror to the sky. The stars are steady. The mountain is still. And our journey is at its end. We have climbed the great stone. We have listened to its slow story. A story of fire and pressure. A story of ice and wind. Of water and light. Of life that clings and life that soars. A story of time so deep it holds us all. And now there is nothing left to do. No more to climb, no more to see. There is only the quiet. The mountain's great, deep peace has become our own. This stillness that you feel is not empty. It is the stillness of the summit. It is the stillness of the deep, hidden granite heart. It is the stillness of the cushion plant sleeping under the snow. It is the patience of the rock that waits. You are the mountain, and the mountain is you. All the slowness, all the strength, all the quiet wisdom is already inside you. You do not need to climb. You only need to remember, to be still, and to breathe. So let go. Let go of the journey. Let go of the story. The mountain will hold them for you. It is the great guardian of time. It is the keeper of all our quiet dreams. Let your breath be the slow wind in the valley. Let your body be as heavy and safe as the stone. Let your mind be as clear and vast as the night sky above the peak. There is nothing left but to drift, to rest, and to sleep. Good night.